And welcome back, everybody. We are back for a CBC podcast. This is going to be a good one. We got topics this week, believe it or not.
Are you
Last
sure? Because
look,
last week we couldn't do it because no one wanted to watch, no one wanted to talk about comics for whatever reason.
okay.
No
first
one
off,
reads comics here. Let's be honest.
San Diego
I read
Comic
them,
Con. Dude, SDCC this year was possibly one of the worst I've ever seen. In terms of entertainment value for the entertainment industry, for comics, I would have to care about their terrible storylines again, and I don't.
Well, it's hit or miss because it was basically like for Marvel, they were trying to promote their their Empire line, where a lot of comics are going to space. So yeah, because like I know like
cool.
Spider-Man's going to Peter's going to space, She-Hulk's going to space. You're gonna have a Star-Lord comic and a Black Panther comic, and most of them are in space. So
there's only so many times I can watch Marvel try and recapture the glory that was Annihilation.
Legit.
I think it's because of Hickman. I think if I'm correct.
Because who?
Hickman.
Oh, Hickman. Yeah. It's
Hickman. So we get
1.8
years of here's the setup, and then an amazing 4 months to wrap it all up, and then back to status quo. That's the Hickman.
Yeah, but at least you know it'd be well written, though.
Yeah, they let him cook, and then somebody takes over to restart, so he has to recook again. That's how it goes.
The fear at the minute with Hickman is someone's gonna not want to do what he wants to do.
Yeah,
with the whole thing like X-Men, and then it's just all gonna go crazy.
I will say I just got pretty much everything, the Absolute Universe from DC, so I'm gonna jump into that, and I am gonna start like the new Batman that's coming out. The new #1 it looks kind of interesting, so I'll see how far I get before they muddle it up.
It is interesting because if you didn't know that if you're starting with Absolute Batman #1, then Bruce is vastly different.
Right?
He's enriched. He's an engineer, so he makes all his gadgets. He's like 6'8". He's roided out.
But that's why I'm excited for it, because I'm like, I just want something different in a standalone universe.
They basically just make Bruce Iron Man.
Yeah.
and for some weird reason, most of the villains are like 10 feet tall.
Bro, I saw Bane and I was like, yeah.
That Bane design is so good though.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's just that most of them because like the Bane one's like 10 feet tall. The Killer Croc is like 10 feet tall, and his mouth is like his mouth is like all the way down to his like stomach and stuff. And I was like,
so his mouth bulger for Spawn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm more excited to read that. So okay, before we get into the main show, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. YouTube, the last official podcast, got taken down. YouTube was like, you said something. I don't know what we said.
It was Ricardo. I don't know what you have guys.
Whatever. So this is how
can't have an ice agent on the podcast. That's what it is. No, you'll know what he does. No.
So again, all unfiltered content, including the podcasts that aren't censored, are up for members. It's like, I don't know, $2 or something to get in on the membership. A bunch of you do it. Here's the thing with that. Sean came back. Coney 2012 Sean. And trust me, there will be his podcast releasing on YouTube normal and the unfiltered one. The unfiltered one is the Sean podcast. The censored one is the less Sean podcast, because obviously Sean is a character, as we say. So look forward for that to drop sometime in the next week or so for members. It will be up right after this podcast. On top of this, obviously, we have a show at hand here, so we're going to try to keep it PG and not swear.
Which is weird. It's weird because didn't like YouTube say that now you can swear within like
but that podcast came out before then.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. So I'm gonna keep it PG, everybody. So that's how it'll go. But nothing here should fire us up, really. So I don't know.
Also, Jared's not here, so he's not going to drop an F-bomb randomly and then kickstart everyone off. No.
And that's it. It's Jared. That's it. Okay, so without further ado, of course, I am your host, Armin. You guys can find me right over here at the link tree. Everything should be working on there. Obviously, wherever you go and follow me, I'm doing whatever. That's how it goes. I am, as always, joined by Mitch over here.
You can follow me on the link trees. I have my Monster Hunter Wilds Title Update 2 video out now. So go check that out. I finally got to fight Legiacris and not Lagiacris Capcom. How dare you change his name? And yeah, Pro Noob is still doing Dandadan weekly, so
check that out as it drops on the community tab. So make sure you guys follow that. And of course, as always, we got Tristan.
Unlike Mitch, I don't play Monster Hunter, but I do have a review out of Duck Detective. So yes, it's what you think. It's about a detective who's a duck. I have a couple other ones that are coming out periodically. Just takes a while to make sure that the thumbnails come out on time. But yeah, I have Linktree. You can check my stuff out there.
See, I was going to ask if Duck Detective stars in Aardvark, but you answered my question.
No, it's a duck who, oddly enough, they had a stand-in for alcohol. He can't stop eating bread.
Oh,
So,
okay.
classic,
so like,
classic.
That seems like a duck thing to do.
Is it like that annoying Goose Game?
I was gonna say,
no.
is it?
it's an actual like point and click story driven adventure game, which is it's relatively cheap, but it's like only 3 hours long, but it's
That's not bad.
Pretty funny.
Fair. I'm surprised Steam's allowed to sell it because of MasterCard and Visa, but
Bro. Well, speaking of not selling, let's talk about the FlopTastic Four first flop, or at this rate, the 80th flop.
It's for me, it's really weird. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it is.
But for whatever reason, well, technically the reason is that people usually don't want to go see it because they don't want to pay depending on where you are, don't want to pay the $20 to $30 per ticket just to go see almost 2 hours.
I mean, I think a lot of it isn't the ticket prices these days. I think that's a factor, but I think it's like your popcorn, your drinks, and whatever else they're trying to peddle at you these days. You're spending like £100 to go see a movie. Right? When you can wait a couple of months and it's going to be on Disney Plus.
So I'm looking right now, as of this morning, it's been updated. The total worldwide for Fantastic Four is 378 million. Weekend over weekend, it took some pretty huge drops. The first weekend, we heard it was 62 and then 64. It took a 67% drop. This next
it's
weekend,
near 68. It's like 67 something as well.
This upcoming weekend, it's predicted to be another massive drop. Like, we're talking huge. And again, there's a couple takeaways here. The same way that Superman was affected by Jurassic World, which we saw especially in international, Fantastic Four is being affected by those two as well, including other films. Now, here's the whole deal with Fantastic Four. Is it a flop? No, it's probably going to hit 450 million, maybe a little bit more worldwide, maybe close to 5. Yeah, you might be. Again, the third weekend will dictate it. I do think that, as I've been saying, we got to remove billion-dollar goal for everything. You guys remember a couple years ago, Multiverse of Madness came out, made 890 million, and people were like, what a flop. And I'm like, hold up. Like,
people don't know what numbers mean.
No.
People have, since movies started hitting a billion more frequently, people have absolutely lost all comprehension of what a number is. And I think, I saw this TikTok actually, I agreed with it quite a lot, where it's, the human mind can comprehend a million. A million is probably like the last one you can get. Everything above that, you don't understand how much it is. Like the difference between a million and a billion is a million to one. Right? It's literally the same again. But that's so much more money than just a million. And I think we've been at that point for a while where it's like 800 millions become 80 million.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, we didn't make 100 million. Well, it's bad then, right? Like it's not.
I mean, there was a couple years ago when horror movies were making bank along with comic book films, right? Horror movies were making like $250 million, which for a horror movie, that's insane. Yeah. And then suddenly 150 million was like, oh, that horror movie flopped. I'm like, the horror movie with a $30 million budget making 150 and making 30 million profit is bad. Look, but it didn't make 250. I'm like, you're right, because it's not the latest Halloween reboot that's doing good. Like, you can't, not everything can be measured in
it's
$2 billion is the
it's
goal
weird.
now, you
It's
know?
weird because people assume like the new bar is the standard for what makes a movie
everything.
profitable, not
Yeah.
depending on how much is distributed to get the movie made versus the promotional stuff as well. And that's what technically is they go how it proceed to be profitable, not technically to say, oh, we need to hit 500 million or we need to hit 800 million or a billion automatically, or it's a failure. I'm like, no, technically not. If you're investing the money, maybe it's a failure because you want to double back your investment. But for everyone else, if it makes that 400 to 500 million, then it's technically a success for what
Yeah.
with the artist.
And that was always guaranteed sequel territory. You cross
Yeah.
400 million, you're getting a sequel.
I mean, like, that was the thing. Remember, Marvel Studios, when they first announced their initial initiative, they're like, if Thor and Captain America make over 300, it's guaranteed franchise. The reason Universal and Marvel didn't talk about Incredible Hulk 2, because the Incredible Hulk 1 was a bomb. It was a fiasco. Like that.
It was a bad movie, that's why.
It didn't do well. Yeah, it didn't. The reviews for it at the time were not kind to it. Now there's a lot of revisionist history where that's peak MCU film, and I'm like, nobody ever felt about it that way till She-Hulk.
No.
It's. I feel like the entire landscape for expectations has become unreal. Like, okay, listen to this. When Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out next year, and it gets tens across the board because it's Rockstar, they're going to pay attention to the most minor detail. Like, you're going to flip a rock and there's going to be a real ecosystem of bugs under there. You cannot compare the next game to GTA 6 and be like,
no,
it doesn't have a living ecosystem and it's open.
Well,
there's different levels.
You say that, but people do that.
They do.
Whatever.
They do, yeah. So why can't this game do this, but this game does? It's like you have
it doesn't have the budget.
Yeah, right.
Stuff's made.
It's like Rockstar has unlimited money and time, and other company has 3 years on a cycle, and they're lucky if they don't have to fix up half the team or switch engine midway through development.
Different engines, different way of doing things. You're making a completely different game for the start.
Yeah, it's like 3 to 4 if you're lucky. 5 to 6 if you can stretch it out, but even then you're like 2 times the crunch, so it might not even be worth it at that point in time.
Yeah,
and even you get people with Assassin's Creed and stuff like that going, "Oh, well, you had this in the old games. Why can't you do it now?" Because games are infinitely more complicated these days.
Yeah.
Have you ever made a game?
I mean,
no, you haven't.
So the go-to for Assassin's Creed, I'm glad you bring that up, is Assassin's Creed Unity. That game packs so many and non-player control characters that you're just interacting with into France. And the parkour is perfect. It's the best it's ever been. But guess what? The rest of the game had terrible AI and it was glitchy and broken because they had to put all their efforts into that. You got to balance it. For box office, our expectation should be, just like the studios now, get close enough to breaking even, just like Phase 1, because what happens once you make a Fantastic Four 2 and they've appeared in Avengers and a couple other projects, the box office builds. That's how the MCU was built. Doctor Strange 1 and Ant-Man 1, but the sequels, Ant-Man 2 and Doctor Strange 2 made exponentially more. Same as Thor. Every film made more because it was gradually getting better and people were more aware of it. I think that's the same case for Fantastic Four. 1, the brand has been damaged forever. 2, you got to earn people's trust. And 3, they released after 2 big blockbusters. There's a lot that
I still don't know how much stock I put in. We've talked about this before in the Facebook group. I don't know how much stock I put in the release dates, because if you do go back to the Infinity War Deadpool solo moment, only one of those. Granted, yes, Deadpool 2 made just the same as the Deadpool 1 and should have made more, but it still made 700 million. It wasn't a failure or anything. Whereas here, it's like, I think they're more. I don't know, it feels like they're more spread out than the Infinity War solo bit, but I could be wrong on that one. It's just, I think one of the key things here is, and that not a lot of people realize it, is the release date of this movie is not a release date Marvel tend to do. July has never been a big month for an MCU movie. apart from Spider-Man and Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, but
They are the
it's
exceptions to that.
It's an anomaly because like Spider-Man will do numbers potentially
Wherever you put it.
Yeah, wherever you put
Yeah.
it, it will do numbers.
And so was Deadpool and Wolverine, right? Like that's why you just ignore those and like you've had Ant-Man, Black Widow came out in July, but that was Disney Plus drop, so
Right.
like Captain America 1, like they all made like 300 to 500 mil.
Yeah.
In July. Like
Marvel,
it's not
like,
a big month for Marvel.
Remember, Fantastic Four was supposed to be a November film, but once delays happened, they had to push it back. So I think November, with the setting, the family thing for Thanksgiving, was supposed to be their push. That was supposed to be Disney's big Thanksgiving film, which they always release one. You can see, but again, adjust accordingly. It's not, death for Marvel Studios. They're going to be fine.
Yeah.
When Doomsday comes out, makes $2+ billion.
I mean, they've got Spider-Man and Doomsday back to back.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair. If Doomsday does not do $1 billion, that studio's gonna take a hit.
Yeah, they're gonna be going backwards. Well, speaking of big numbers and futures, we were talking about Superman a little bit while talking about Fantastic Four box office recently. So let's jump on to talk about the future of Superman, because David Zaslav, a brand new interview right before we started this podcast, hit from Deadline. They interview Zaslav. He talks about Superman is good. We're so proud of it. We can't wait for you guys to see Supergirl. Batman Part 2 starts production early next year. We're working on a couple projects like Wonder Woman and stuff. And then he says, James Gunn is writing the next Super-Family project, and he mentions Superman and Supergirl together.
Isn't he directing it? Because we knew he was writing it anyway.
That too. So now we know what is technically Superman 2, but it's not.
The internet lied to me, I guess. They said that it failed, and that they know that Zack Snyder's version was the one that everyone wanted. So
I was just a point on that real quick, because people make me laugh with. I get people want Superman to make more money than Man of Steel. I really get it. And so do I, because I want it to be like, hey, this is the one people want. But the last couple of weeks, it's been the domestic. It's like domestic's important,
right?
But it hasn't, and it's not gonna beat the total gross of Man of Steel. It's not gonna have 200 more million in it to get past 7.
Yeah. It's so weird because like from what people were saying, it's like it's all domestically it all pays Man of Steel, and then like for whatever reason, but you did take apart for inflation. I was like, why?
Inflation sucks.
I was like, why? It's like, what, you don't want it to get surpassed? Like, you don't want a good movie to be shown that this is the type of stuff that people want to see? You just want to be stuck in the past because it's your favorite movie and you don't want it to be surpassed? Isn't that what movies are about? If it's about a certain character, you want to see consistent good movies every single time, not, oh, this is my favorite thing, this is what I'm gonna watch, and I don't want any other thing to surpass it. It's just wild.
And again, Superman's in this interesting position where, again, Mitch said it, it's not going to make more than Man of Steel. Guess what? It doesn't have to. Man of Steel came out after the hype of Avengers started, like the push for comic book heroes making all the bank, and it made the general person understand the zeitgeist around it, and everybody's like, oh, I got to get on this train now. Let's watch everything that came out. We're no longer in that, like we talked about with Fantastic Four. So, look, James is going to write and direct the Superman sequel that's going to unite the Super family. We've heard rumors the Legion of Superheroes is going to appear in the DC universe because they're time-traveling superheroes. Doesn't it make sense that maybe this film is that? They travel to the past, they help Superman, he unites Supergirl, maybe he calls in Wonder Woman and Batman, they formed a proto-Justice League. James Gunn is balancing everything like he did in Superman. I think you kind of see how they're going to speed run to Justice League with a competent director and writer.
Yeah,
you know, like
if you're looking at it, like Phase 1, it was quick to Avengers.
Yeah, it was.
Like you could have used a Black Widow and a Hawkeye movie back then, and it arguably would have helped a lot going forward. But it was only 4 years,
right?
Between Iron Man, was it 2008 Iron Man? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2008 and then 2012.
Yeah. So that's quick for that sort of story set. So DC hasn't got to take 10 years to get there. But
Yeah.
I'm going to question here whether if he's saying that this is a Super-Family movie or if it's just, he's saying like the next movie in the Super-Family franchise because you have Superman, Supergirl.
Right.
And it's just like how we're making a Batman movie, making a Robin movie. Therefore, it's the Bat Family movies.
I think it's kind of the same because Zaslav doesn't seem like the type to understand what's going on. You know, like
fair.
He doesn't really care unless it's time for the profits update.
Right.
I also think just calling a movie Super-Family is weird.
DC Studios Super-Family.
Yeah,
No, I don't call it
weird.
Super-Fam. Come on. Yeah, you know.
Like Gen Z.
It's.
I mean, either way, it's a sequel to Superman.
Yeah, and at least he kind of confirms it's just going to unite the super characters, which cross my fingers. This means they're going to debut Steel, John Henry Irons in that, and oh man, that'd be great. Maybe Superboy. I mean,
if we're going to throw in every super character,
I don't think
that.
At this point, I don't think they're going to debut Steel. They probably do Superboy, maybe, but at this point,
why not? They're gonna reach out to Don Cheadle, being like, "Hey, you want to wear a suit of armor?"
We know why not.
No. They reach out to Don Cheadle. Is like, "Hey, you know how they want to make Armor Wars, but they don't want to. We're gonna give you a suit of armor, and you play Steel." And they'll be like,
"The reason for it is because of how Zaslav and DC as a whole has been more or less." Kind of really iffy on creators getting some type of compensation for the characters created, because we can see how it is with specifically with like Static and like Black Lightning, and people want like a Static movie, but for all intents and purposes, they don't want to cut other profits to, I think it's the Dwayne McDuffie estate. Yeah, they don't want the DC has been notorious for not wanting to work with creators who deserve a cut of what the character can potentially make, because that's how it is. Because people don't understand. I think it was with like Black Lightning. You want to know how we got Black Vulcan? We got Black Vulcan because the original creator for Black Lightning gets a nice little kickback every time DC decides to make something of him, and they didn't want to do it, so they said, "No, for a Super Friends TV show, let's make our own black character that can use lightning. We'll call him Black Vulcan," and that's how it goes. So,
yeah, I mean, we'll see what they end up doing. Whatever the case is, I'm just excited that Zaslav is now just talking up everything, and there's a chance. I mean, you mentioned,
what was it? That also plays in the part with how they were joking with, was it the Authority movie that they're supposed to come out with?
Yeah, that movie's dead.
Yeah, they had that video come out, and I was like, "Oh, that's messed up, man."
See, I think part of the reason why that movie's dead is because Gunn wants to do the Crime Syndicate.
Yeah.
It was have all these other versions of the heroes,
and like John Cena is just there and trying to laugh with them because he doesn't know why he laughing at a project that's not going to get made.
God, Peacemaker sucks. God damn it.
And some people like Peacemaker a whole lot.
Some is one.
Like to put it in perspective, like to get more hype for Peacemaker, Gunn had to announce saying, "Oh, there's going to be a Peacemaker skin in Fortnite too." So
yeah.
The first time a Fortnite skin makes $0.
Yeah, because people really wanted the Batman and Superman skins to come back. So
Peacemaker dead in the water, I fear. No. Dalton and Shambles.
Dalton and Nick.
I forget Nick likes it, in fairness.
Yeah, he does. Well, I suppose once we find out more about James Gunn's plans, we'll come back to this. So stay tuned, because we got to talk about some other messy situations.
Ooh,
so,
messy.
Started shooting on April 1st. We are now in the second week of August, and Avengers Doomsday still does not have a complete script. So
they never do.
No, they don't.
They never do. That is the whole thing with Marvel and a finished script is so funny, because They obviously have a finished script. They know where they're going. It's
but
just
who's in it and some of their roles, that's a little
They just
ambiguous.
don't like to lock themselves into a script, you know. It's just why you go back to editing and have reshoots. Like,
I mean,
why lock the script when you
people
give yourself
literally
freedom over
forget.
here? Yeah.
Kevin Feige confirmed this in an interview. Civil War was done writing. They were starting production in a few weeks. He walked in and said, "We got Spider-Man. Work him in." And they were like, "Wait, what?" They had like 6 weeks to go before start of shooting to work Spider-Man into the film. Like, the things change. Marvel can do it. I just think right now there's more panic because Marvel bad, right? That's it. That's the whole reason. Marvel bad. They've had a couple missteps. Therefore, the same problem that occurred with Iron Man 1. Iron Man 1 was
Endgame.
And
Infinity
Endgame.
War and Endgame.
Yeah, like they were largely incomplete. Iron Man 1, watch the behind the scenes stuff. They're like, "So, Downey, what do you think your character would say here?" He would just ad-lib a line. They're like, "That's good enough. Move to the next scene." Like, it happens. I'll trust the process because they got the creative people that worked on some of the best Marvel projects bad. But I will say it is a little, it makes me a little nervous, probably does them as well, because you can put out bangers like Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts this year and still underperform, for
this is
even.
This is my fear with Doomsday. the lead characters, obviously they're not the leads, but the big pushing point for these movies are Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four.
Right.
2 movies that people haven't gone to see. Like, what? They've also come out and said Hemsworth is the co-lead here. Like, I assume, I don't know if they said who's the actual lead of the movie. I assume it's like, what's his name? Sam Wilson actor. Can't remember.
Mackie?
Mackie, yes, the one. I just completely blanked his name. I assume it's going to be Hemsworth and Mackie, but
which is wild because you can't remember Mackie, and then I forgot that was it Twisted Metal season 2 is already out. And I was saying,
I gotta watch
about it.
I haven't even watched season 1.
It's real good. It's real good.
But yeah, it's really interesting that people are trying to figure out who's like the co-leads or leads of this particular movie because they haven't outright said who it is. Did they just start saying like who's going to be in it? And I'm wondering, and hopefully, like if Mackie is a co-lead, that he gets his due because what they did with
done dirty so far.
What they did with the Captain America movie, everything, like he's good. But for whatever reason, they just dropped the ball with whatever he's in for the most part.
So also, Doomsday's got at least it's got a year and a half.
Yeah,
it's got like a whole
December, man. Like it's so long away.
It's fine. It's gonna be fine. They've got the time to figure everything out to work on it. The only thing you have to really worry about is how it's gonna look. But then they still have a year and a half to do that. So I guess it could be okay. It should be okay.
Yeah, be okay.
Again, you can go back to like Endgame and Infinity War, and it would be no different.
I mean, remember, Endgame and Infinity War started shooting at the same day because they were shooting scenes back and forth. They were like, actually, this doesn't make sense. It's so erratic and all over the place. We're just going to have to change how we did it. So they stopped shooting Endgame for like 6 months while they shot Infinity War. Again, the same thing. You just got to look at it from the different point of view, right? And realize that there's a lot going on with this film. I mean, the main cast they revealed was almost 30 actors, for the love of God. And they said that's not even all of them.
I'm saying they didn't have the audacity to say, yeah, there's more, by the way. Like, yeah, we kind of know that for Secret Wars, but for Doomsday, Jesus.
Yeah. It's
it'll be fine. It's not going to be a bad movie. It will be mid at best.
Yeah. That's kind of how I'm looking at it as well. It's like I trust the process.
I mean, so far, like Marvel is 2 for 2, even though not many people want to go see them. But yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing as well, right? Like if you exclude the bad one that no one watched, and it had a whole ton of problems behind the scene. Like they're 3 for 3, or if you want to include Cap, they're 3 for 4. That's standard fare for Marvel, really. Public opinion, it always.
Well, I saw a TikTok of somebody, and they were given like 15 seconds talking about every movie since Endgame, and every project, I should say. And the guy literally had nothing good to say about any project. He was like, Far From Home, arguably the worst Spider-Man film ever made. Shang-Chi, pointless movie. Eternals, I've never seen anything worse. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, one of the worst films they've ever made. Multiverse of Madness has no stakes and nothing is good. Like, I was like, oh, bro, stop. Like, come on.
That's what kind of pisses me off. Is like because it does have stakes, but not the stakes that you particularly think. It's like you like, especially for Multiverse of Madness, is where we find, like, if you don't know, you finally understand that incursions are real and they're happening. And it's this weird thing about not understanding about different universes and how it affects you as a person, because most people assume from the comics that you can just go from one universe to another and it not affect you in a certain way, so you'd probably be the one sticking out compared to other people. And with that one, with Strange, it's like, no, for the most part you will adhere to the rules of that universe depending on what it is, which is very interesting to me. So I really don't know why people keep saying like there's no like gigantic stakes or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's when you just I don't get how people listen to it, because if someone's just sitting there going, there's no good thing in any of these movies whatsoever, every single thing here is bad, there's nothing redeeming, I can't listen to someone like that. There's no movie that's ever like
from the most part, because a lot of them like regurgitate the same kind of talking points. For me, it's because it's not what they assumed it was going to be, or what
expectations
they had. The expectations of what they think was going to happen, or what was going to happen, because it goes back to, I don't know if people watch the Amazing World of Gumball, but there's this one clip where they go over and make fun of fans about this parody of like Star Wars, where they're in line and they go, this is going to suck, but it's not going to suck if they check all the boxes that I have in my head about this movie, and if it is, it's the best movie ever. So as long as it meets my expectations and my and my fan canon, then
as a pro wrestling fan, wrestling fans like the fantasy book their perfect storyline, right? Yeah. Here's how I would want this title to be passed to whatever. There's a guy who's an avid hater of one specific company. And he was like, if they wanted to do something to make me care, and he laid out, this wrestler comes in, his partner betrays him, this is how they do the angle, and this is what happens. A month and a half goes by. The company does almost that exact thing to put the wrestlers in the exact position he wanted. His follow-up to that was a 15-minute rant on his YouTube channel about how the booking was garbage and he would have done it the other way. And people pointed out this other video, compared him, being like, you actually said that this is the perfect thing. And he was like, yeah, well, my opinion changed. I'm like, just like Star Wars fans, you can't give people what they think they want, because they're make Rey a Palpatine. At least explain why she's so powerful. They do it. I don't like it. Why wasn't she a Kenobi? Yeah. If she would have been a Kenobi, they would have been like, that breaks canon because Obi-Wan didn't have a love interest. You can't win. You cannot win. So just let them make the project that they want. I trust the process of Avengers Doomsday. I trust it. Like, it's
a lot of it again falls down to scoopers.
Yeah.
Like even now with Brand New Day, you have conflicting storylines of we have 5 villains from here, but the villains are actually this one. Like, it's not these 5, it's these 2, but it's not these 2, it's these 5. It's like, can we just roll back and trying to say that everything's going to happen?
Yeah, because at this point, it's just like, what is it? That SpongeBob clip was like, the kid gets the ice cream and doesn't want it. He goes, then why did you ask for it? It's like, I didn't think I'd get this far.
It's Online fandom, innit? Right.
That's true. It's true. Well, I suppose that's then gonna bring us off of that into our final topic, since we perfectly almost segued into it. So our final topic is Spider-Man, brand new day. We got photos, we got videos. The suit was revealed. Boy,
It's
there's
sort
a
of
lot to
psyop.
have.
I don't believe it's random.
I don't care
It's
what
psyop.
you, because I do like look around like the Spider-Man Reddit page and like that. It's like I don't care what anyone says. I do not like this suit at all. I
I'm not
don't.
alone.
I don't like that suit. And then people are like,
that first initial reveal
yeah,
made it look really dark, and it made it look like
Yeah.
it belonged with Toby and Andrew. And I was like, it just blends in with those. Nothing stands
because
out.
I guarantee you once it comes out and it's like after it comes out, the suit's horrible. They pandered too much to Toby and Andrew's suit. Like,
it's going to get backlash no matter what. Yeah.
Isn't this the suit that you guys kind of wanted? You wanted the raised webbings because it was so awesome in the 2000s.
So, okay. We're going to pass this around in a circle because I want to get everybody's opinion. So I'll start, since my opinion, I think, is going to be different than both of yours in the other direction. I don't hate the suit. I don't love the suit. I'm 50-50 on it. The thing with me is I like the final swing suit, but I hated the shininess of it. This sort of looks like it, but they raised the webbing somewhat. And my issue is looking at the first reveal teaser with the black super raised webbing and where it connects. I'm not fully convinced that this suit is that suit. So there's two things going on in my mind. The photo here is the upgraded final swing suit that's going to be destroyed in Act 1, and then he gets another suit, because in every Spider-Man film, he's been getting multiple suits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or...
yeah, it's at least like 2 or 3.
Right. Or my big worry is, this is the suit on set, just like the black suit from No Way Home that he had, and they were like, we slap paint all over this. So what they're going to do, is my fear, is slap CG all on this suit to put the new suit on him. So all the practicality is gone because he's just going to be enhanced with CG, just like Civil War, right?
What black suit on him? What black suit are you talking about?
So do you remember the black suit from
the Spider Monkey one?
No.
No, are you talking about?
I'm talking about No Way Home, the one that he turned inwards and has like the gold.
Yeah, this Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
That suit was not intended to look like that. But remember, they slapped CG all over it to make it look how it does in the final cut. Because if you look at the early toys and the on-set photos, the suit looked vastly different. The arms were different. The shoulders were different.
What early toys are we looking at here? Like Hasbro?
Yeah, the Legends. Yeah. Which,
Legends don't take from current concept art. They always take from like the first initial one of the final one.
And that's why, like, when they changed in No Way Home, it was kind of a little weird. Like, my big fear is that first teaser was the new suit, and they're just going to slap CG on this suit, and it's going to look like a jumbled Spider-Man CG mess. But hopefully this time, I don't know, maybe they got better ideas. I don't know. Like, I'm 50-50 on this suit. The set photos look great. The set video looks amazing. Like,
yeah,
I trust
because they're using actual film cameras to release set photos these days. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Or the Scottish are just that good at making pictures. I don't know.
They're not using potato cam like every other time. Yeah.
They realize their phones these days have 4K on them.
What?
Crazy.
Oh.
That's why your phone's got 6 cameras in the back of it now.
You can use all of them.
Well, that, and I think like a couple years back, even like Apple like promoted saying you can make a movie, like an actual movie on your phone, and someone actually did. So
I say the F1 movie used iPhones, but it was a modified iPhone camera. So it's technically true, but technically no.
Yeah, I don't like raised webbing. I don't know why. I like after seeing Toby, like I don't get why everyone's all, I forgot what universe is Toby's called?
The Raimi verse.
Is it Friendly Neighborhood? Something like that. Because
was Andrew Friendly Neighborhood? I can't remember.
Andrew was amazing.
Of course it was, yeah. And then Toby's Friendly Neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah, because Tom's just called Spider-Man for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it is because I don't know what it is about the raised webbing. Like it was cool back, in the early 2000s because they had the campiness going on, but I don't see it anymore. And I just know from looking at that suit, it's probably going to have some CG on it. So it's.
I mean, it's always going to be CG to an extent.
Yeah, because like,
because
I know that, but like from what I've seen, people think like that's the suit that's going to be shown. I'm like, no, because they're keeping the eye movement. It's not going to be static. You're going to be seeing.
I say it's going to have the eye movement. Also, people going like, oh, it's wrinkly. It's going to have wrinkles. No, it's not.
Oh yeah, no, like, he's not going to have wrinkles.
The seam on top of his head here, that's not going to be there. That's going to be flat.
Yeah, and that's and then like I'm trying to look at the actual emblem, the front emblem for it, and I was looking at some past suits, and like the closest one was the mild suit, the one from the one from his first outing from the birth it's a Halloween costume one. Yeah, that one. And I'm like, you guys are doing that again. You can't come up with a different thing. It's like first you take his Asian, and now you take his
Can't even give his Asian a name as well. Like honestly,
they give him a white man's name.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's just colonizing, right? But Spider-Man UK, that's what it is.
Yeah, and then like people were like complaining that Hulk and Punisher are in it, and then they're gonna quote unquote fight. People were downplaying it or saying, "Oh, it's wrong," when it came from, was it Hollywood Reporter? I think that came from. And
well, like, it's the THR variety. It's one of the two.
Yeah, right. And like people was all they get it wrong all the time. I'm like, no, they're usually right with some variances, so it's probably not going to like
straight from the studio.
The way that the Punisher looks in his set photos, they just got to keep that same look,
and people were fighting over for that. It's saying, where's the white gloves? And I was like, I don't think Frank cares about what kind.
You don't want Mickey Mouse Punisher, I tell you.
No, they want the white go-go boots. They want the white go-go boots is what they want. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, your pirate booties, please no.
Yeah. But it's like Frank's fine, but it's just with the suit. I'm just people are all like getting mad about the Hulk, and I was like, Hulk's gonna be CG anyway. Mark Ruffalo's not gonna be roided out on set, trying to smash Spider-Man into a rock or something.
You could literally see the blue giant squares for where Hulk is going to be on the set, because for Hulk you don't use green. Obviously, you always use blue. He's the exception to the rule of green screen. And like you could see them, they're like, oh, nothing flips this like military truck, but there's a blue square right next to it. I wonder what flipped the truck.
Clearly Punisher.
It was Punisher and his explosives. That's what it was.
Unless it's Scorpion. We know he's coming back.
Yeah.
Finally, he gets to do something.
I actually want to see. I want to see Frank. He's red. Just tosses a fucking giant truck. It's like, oh, Frank, where'd you get these powers?
Oh, that's
primal screaming. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. People were like, hopefully he doesn't get, or he doesn't steal the Iron Patriot suit, and it makes it.
Oh, he's getting. He's getting the suit.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
That's the people where it's like, oh, I don't want him to have that, and it's like, well, how else are you gonna have him technically go toe to toe with Mark Ruffalo?
Per the reports, the Department of Damage Control is in this film playing a role. They got all that Iron Man leftover tech, Ultron. They got suits. He's gonna cobble together a suit. Let's be real. How else is he gonna fight anybody? Scorpion literally taps him and he's dead. Like what's he gonna do?
I mean, well, the rumor is that they fight each other and then.
Oh, of course, yeah, they're gonna.
There you go. So he's only gonna fight. He's not gonna fight the Hulk. He's gonna fight Spider-Man.
He's a loser. He doesn't want to punch up the weight class. Because it'd been kind of cool, even if it did happen. Is that he uses the Iron Patriot suit and Hulk and Spider-Man basically just destroy it, so he doesn't use it the rest of the movie.
What would be funny is if he gets in it and he can't use it. He does no idea how to fly that thing. He's just like,
he'll just come out and be like, next time, baby. And then that's it.
Next time.
Rubbing his head. No.
Next time, Red. Oh, okay.
No,
the only thing is like I want to know is like for the villains, because like I was getting like conflicted reports about some of the stuff, or
Yeah,
because there's
all we know is we're guaranteed Scorpion.
so
Yeah.
what we know is Scorpion. What we see on the set is the inner demons, but what we see on the mood board is Silver Samurai. So,
Well,
okay.
is it Silver Samurai or just Samurai?
Here's my guess. What if they just amalgamate both into one?
Well,
Wouldn't be the first time.
If you go to the PlayStation games, at least Mr. Negative has a lot of connection to like Oni stuff, like Oni yokai, Japanese
he does.
iconography, and that. So samurai stuff fits with Mr. Negative as a whole, and like that could just be for like the demons from the dark realm or wherever.
Right.
He gets his powers from. I can't remember now. Like that could just be purely for that. It's not necessarily for him specifically.
What if it's just going to be both of them? What if there's a guy who's Silver Samurai, but
there was rumors that Samurai was in the movie,
right? Yeah, that's honestly
possible, but I don't know. I mood boards are just out of context for everything.
They are. A lot of them are. Yeah.
Like, I would never put full stuff in it. Like, cool, they're looking at something to do with this. That's fine. But
you could easily tell that the Hulk one was real because they had multiple Hulk ones. So you're like, okay, the Hulk is in this. Some of the other ones are a little bit more ambiguous, like a hallway with red lighting. You're like, what is that? Daredevil? No, it's a mood lighting for a district in New York.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, that's.
But it's also weird because like you can also just have Mark Ruffalo say he's going to be in this movie and no one believes him until it actually happens.
There is that, yeah.
Because for whatever reason, Mark will say, "I'm in this movie, and this movie," and he goes, "Yeah, Hulk's not in this movie," and he shows up and he's like, "I told you."
It's just Ruffalo. It's just Banner.
They can't even get him on the set of the movie because he's constantly out there on the streets of New York protesting for Palestine. So they're just like, "What are we going to do without Mark? Who knows?"
That's probably why the podcast got taken down.
What a podcast!
Gonna beat that part out.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Hulk for Palestine, want them to be free.
Yeah, it's that's where Mark is. So he'll be on set probably when they get back to the United States or go back to London because they're shooting in Glasgow. So again, there's so much going on with this film. When we know more, as it keeps shooting, we'll obviously circle back around to this. So stay tuned. So that has effectively brought us to the end of this show. So obviously, as I said at the beginning of the show, members, look for our second podcast. It's Sean back on the show. Look for a bonus.
Is that a reoccurring thing?
He might just join for an occasional conversation when he's free, he said. So we'll see. We'll see if it's how it's going to go.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, we're going to do another Sony topic because there's Spider-Man films in development over at Sony. So members, look forward to that. Follow us on all the social media, and hopefully this upcoming week is eventful so we can come back for another show. So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will. And if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching and have a good one.